Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Reality, spirituality. You got a question for RLN? Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get some answers, baby. Reality, spirituality. Oh, now we get real. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, it's time to get down. Reality, spirituality. Yeah, you gonna feel good now. Get real good.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. I'm your host, Rebecca Lynn Norrington, and today we have a jam-packed show. We have tons of people in the queue that want to ask questions, and I will get to you very quickly. Our topic today is resistance. Resistance. Number one, what the hell does that even mean, resistance? And how to let go of resistance during your journey, during your life's journey. But for my new listeners, I want to welcome you to reality. Sometimes I get ahead of, what was they call it, getting the cart ahead of the horse. I get so excited just to share, and I neglect to share with my new listeners because there's tons of them every single week. Thank you all, my dear audience, for growing this show. It's growing really, really quickly, and I attribute all of that to you. Reality Spirituality is a show that teaches how to remain connected, how to be happy regardless of what happens to you, regardless of what doesn't happen, regardless of your circumstances. This show, it is possible to stay connected and live connected, and it doesn't matter what's going on around you. How is that even possible, Rebecca? What are you talking about? That sounds crazy. Well, when I was younger, I asked the universe for two things. I asked to live to my potential and to be happy. And, of course, this happiness, this thing that I say, this word happy means, it really means for me, living at peace, living in peace, being peaceful regardless of what happens and regardless of what doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what anyone says to me. It doesn't matter about the traffic. It doesn't matter about the cashier in the line, which is a story I have to share. It doesn't matter. You do not have control over what happens, but you definitely have control over your perspective of what happens. You also have control over your personal vibration. You have control over the energy that you are emitting. You have control over your behavior. You have control over your words. You have control over your overall attitude. I used to think that things outside of myself, things that happened during the day, that put me in a bad mood or that made me angry. And what I've come to realize to be the truth is, if I'm irritated or I'm annoyed or even use the A word, angry, it all starts within. It all starts because that's my energy. No one can anger me. No one can upset me. No one can annoy me unless I'm already upset and annoyed in the first place. And that's why I want to talk about this resistance. You know, can you imagine Can you imagine just living this journey and experiencing every moment flowing effortlessly, easily, relaxed? Can you even imagine that? Do you even think it's possible? That's a question. I do believe it's possible. Am I there yet? Hell no. And I'll give you a little demonstration of what happened to me just yesterday. One of the things about resistance, and let me explain to my new listeners, or even my other listeners, what resistance is. Resistance is, quite frankly, and not quite frankly, I don't even know why I added quite frankly, resistance is very simply not liking what's going on, not accepting reality, not liking reality, being annoyed by reality. Resistance is not accepting every experience that you encounter, including people, including the way the world is, the state of the world, including your finances, including your relationships. In other words, not accepting and not accepting any of it. In fact, I don't like just fill in the blank. In fact, that's a really good exercise. So if you're listening, you don't have to do it right now, but take a paper and a pen, pencil, and write down I don't like and fill in the blank. And how many numbers can you get up to? I mean, how many things do you not like? Again, this show is about happiness. I am a happiness specialist, and what does that mean? That means you have a choice in every moment to be happy or not. And let me share with you, and this is true, this is a truth that you cannot deny. You cannot resist reality. You cannot resist what's going on in your life or in the world and be happy at the same time. It's really a choice. You choose to resist or you choose to accept. Accepting equals happiness. Accepting equals peace. Resisting always is disturbing. Always is actually putting you in a state of who you're really not. You are a physical extension of the universe, and that means the universe flows and accepts it all without judgments and without labels. So sometimes, I remember years ago, what am I grateful for, and writing out a list of all the things that I'm grateful, blah, 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 writing it all out. But guess what? If anybody asked me what I don't like, oh my goodness, I could write so fast. Anybody asked me what I don't like, I could list those things like quick. How about you? Can you sit and write down what you don't like easier and quicker than what you do like? Do you focus on what's wrong as opposed to focusing on what's right? Again, what I'm sharing with you is just like any other skill. I talk about all this show is about is sharing with you that you can develop new skills and new ways of thinking, new perspectives that will actually add to your happiness. And that's, why wouldn't you want to? Why would you want to engage in behaviors that subtract from your happiness? Does that make any kind of sense? Well, my hand is up because I used to engage in behaviors that subtracted from my happiness for years. Why? Because I didn't know any better. I didn't know that judging subtracts from happiness. I didn't know that any expectations subtracted from happiness. I didn't know that attaching myself to any outcome, any outcome subtracts from happiness. I didn't know. But as soon as I found out, because I am a happiness specialist, that these things, and I didn't know that whatever I resisted, whatever I didn't like, subtracts from my happiness. Now, why is it so important for me to be at peace and be happy? Why is that so important? Why is that my number one priority? My number one priority over, quote, unquote, saving the world. My number one priority over attaching myself to a cause, if you will. Oh, my goodness, that's another thing. I used to have causes. Causes meaning, littering, no littering, you name it. There's trends out there, no more bullying. I mean, all these, Greenpeace, all these causes. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with anyone doing their thing. I'm just talking about myself. We are as different as our fingerprints. We are as different as our fingerprints. And I'm telling you right now that for me, attaching myself to any cause or not liking what is going on in this world actually subtracts from my happiness. And like I said, happiness is a priority because, quite frankly, when I'm putting out this, and there I go with that quite frankly again, when I'm putting out this energy, when I'm putting out the energy, my own personal vibration, whatever that is, I am affecting the world. And when I'm happier and when I change and when I get to another level of consciousness and when I am self-aware enough not to resist and accept it all, guess what? The world is better. I don't even have to leave my house. Now, yes, I talk on the radio, I share on the radio, but regardless of, in other words, attachments to what my voice or what this message or what this radio show is going to do, I have no idea. I'm not attached to results. How many listeners do I have? Listen, years ago, how many listeners do I have to the radio? Oh, gee, only 3 listeners this time. I was so upset. But you know what? If no one listens or if the whole world listens, my vibration is not going to be affected. I'm not affected by anything external. With that said, let's talk a little bit, and I am going to get to my callers. I have tons of callers today. Give me another 2 or 3 minutes, if you please, callers. I want to talk about resistance because yesterday, surprise, I got caught up. I definitely got caught up. And how did I get caught up? Because one of the things about this thing about resistance, you really have to be aware of self. You really have to have some type of self-awareness going on. You know, and I know I'm so, throughout my moments, especially if I'm out in public, I'm so consciously aware of my thoughts, my mood, my vibration. I mean, I can feel myself. And so yesterday, I was standing in line at Marshall's, one of my favorite stores, and one of the things, two of the things that I do not like, remember I told you resisting is not liking anything. 2 of the things that I do not like, and I'm telling you, sometimes sometimes I could flow with it, and sometimes I run right into the brick wall. And yesterday was a little running into the brick wall. So let me share what I don't like. I do not like cashiers that are slow and I don't like people that ask stupid questions. Please don't tell anyone. I don't like cashiers that are slow, and I don't like people that ask stupid questions. So what I have been dealing with, now, number one, that I know that about myself, and I've probably known that, probably years. And I can say that when I'm really tuned in, really connected, everything, all the stars are aligned, I'm out there, there's a slow cashier, I'm flowing like anybody. But for some reason, I think it's a full moon, right? It's a full moon. And so yesterday, I'm standing in line, and the universe always does this to me. They catch me, I call it a blind side. They catch me, when I'm not really as connected as usual. The full moon's out, one star is over to the, there's a retrograde, whatever the hell that means. And I get in line, and guess who I get? I get Mr. Slowpoke. Not only now see, if I was, and I wasn't in a hurry, I didn't have to rush, I was just feeling a little off, if you will, just a tick, just a little bit. So I get in line, and Mr. Slowpoke says, of course it's always the, how are you doing today? How's your day going? Well, listen, if you ask me that question and I'm really cool, hey, my day's going great. But if you ask me that question when I'm a little off, I'm fine. Now, listen, what bothers me might not bother anybody else, but I'm just sharing. So not only is this wonderful young man slow, he talks to the other cashier. They and then everything is slow with the tags being taken off. The security tag is slow. The ringing up on the register is slow. The moving the hangers. And listen to this. I always take the hangers off if I'm standing in line. I'm always taking hangers off because why? Because I like to be efficient. No, let me be honest with that. I used to be a cashier when I was younger. I actually used to work at UPS. And one of the things, I know I'm digressing, but one of the things that I took pride in is that when people would come to my line, they would say, wow, you're the fastest one here. I like getting in your line. And so, of course, they moved me to the express line, and I'm telling you, I am a ball. I'm a huge ball of efficiency and quickness. I am fast if I'm working. I'm just that kind of a worker. And so I want everybody to be like me. Oops, I hope I didn't say that out loud. And when I was running the express line, I would always, talk to my customers. I would say, listen, have your money ready, have your check signed, make sure your form is completed. And this is when I was, in my early 20s. Have your form completed. I was just a whole assembly line. And so because I was a whole assembly line, I always have this challenge when I'm in other lines where people are just fumbling through the merchandise and taking their time ringing it up, and I'm So I knew that I was annoyed, and let me share with you how. I knew that I was resisting, and I knew that I was annoyed because I bought 2 pairs of shoes, and the cashiers are required to check each shoe to make sure each shoe is the same size, okay? I wear a size 8. So this young man, Mr. Slowpokey, looked at one shoe. Oh, yes, this is a size 8. And he checked the other shoe. It was a size 8. And he looks at me and he says this. Here comes the stupid question. He says, you wanted a size 8 shoe? No, he didn't say you wanted a size 8 shoe. He said, what did he say? He says, this is a size 8. This is a size 8, right? Now, he just looked at the shoe. He just looked at the size 8, both shoes, and he asked me, he says, this is a size 8, right? And here comes my resistance. because that was a double whammy. It was slow and stupid question. I mean, I was being bombarded. And so guess what I did? I didn't respond. I heard what he asked me, but I was quiet. And then he asked me again. This is a size 8, right? This is a size 8. And I was quiet again. Now, that's resisting. And I felt I wasn't centered. I wasn't at peace when I was quiet. I was like, that's a stupid question. You're looking at size 8. Yes. I picked up the shoes. I tried. Yes, size 8. Thank you. I mean, that was going in my head. But I didn't say anything. I was just quiet. But being quiet, especially with that energy, was resistance. I didn't say one word. And he kind of stalled because he was really, usually people, when they talk to you, they want a response. And no, he wasn't getting one from me. And guess what? I had a second pair of shoes, of course. These were a little bit bigger because I didn't find them in an 8. I only could find them in an 8.5, and they were too cute to pass up. So he looks at the second pair of shoes. This is 8.5. Checks one shoe, checks the other shoe, 8.5. This is 8.5, right? This is an 8.5 shoe. And again, I didn't respond. It's like I didn't hear him. I mean, that's the impression I gave. Now, this is the bottom line here. I know that's a different kind of example, but that is resistance. Because I was feeling however I was feeling, definitely not fully connected and feeling okay. I just was bored. I was bothered. Not bored. I was bothered. And why was I bothered? Had nothing to do with this gentleman. Had nothing to do with Slowpokey. I was bothered when I was standing in line. I don't know when I was bothered, but it had nothing to do with the gentleman. I cannot blame somebody else for what's going inside of me. That's just a fact. So, again, when I get to a point when I get in the slowest line, and I have before. I've got this. This is the best when I get in a line and someone's being trained. Oh, that'll really just take me off. I'm ready to jump off the cliff on that one. But when I get to a point, and I've asked the universe, my intention is to accept it all and flow with it all without resisting any of it. So when I push against anything or anyone or any cause, when I push against anyone or anything or any cause, I am resisting. My energy is that of resistance, and that subtracts from my happiness. I am going to go to my first caller, and I'm promised to get to everyone here in the queue. Whew. And I want you to ask your question. Ask whatever question you have today. My first caller, area code 219, prefix 644. What is your first name? You are live on Reality Spirituality. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Liz.
Your name is what?
Liz, L-I-Z.
Oh, Liz. Hi, Liz. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. What's going on, sweetie?
Financial situation.
Okay.
Should I improve any, or what? Something's going to come my way, or anything like that?
Okay. Well, let me say what I'm feeling from you, because I'm feeling your energy really, really strong, and your energy is. Let me use the word dense, meaning that it's very, it's not, okay, there's a difference between like an ice cube, let's take water. And when water freezes, it becomes hard and solid, of course, and it's dense. And then when water is just in a pot and boiling, it becomes lighter and lighter, even to the point of steam. So your energy to me is feeling very, very dense. Am I right on, or do you agree, or what?
Yeah, I agree.
And so what I want to do is let's talk about your energy, because your energy is something that you actually can control and change. So before anything happens that you quote unquote want to happen, or wish to happen, or intend to happen, it's your responsibility to shift your energy. Okay. Meaning that let me ask you this question, my dear. Let me ask you this question, my dear Liz. What makes you smile? What makes you happy? What makes you feel good? What is it? Is it nature? Is it a television show? Is it creating something? What puts a smile on your face, my dear Liz?
I don't know. I mean, anything really. Anything that's just.
You can't come up with anything?
No, it could be a person. It could be my dog. It could be.
Okay.
At a store, yeah.
Okay. Let's leave people out of it. And the only reason why I want to leave people out of it is because our happiness, our energy, really cannot depend on a person. It really has to, that's how powerful we are. We have the power to shift our energy in any moment, and regardless of, and it doesn't have anything to do with a person. But you said something about a dog, and dogs and animals are really special because animals have that energy of, flowing and not resisting and just accepting, and that is, and quite frankly, learning from our animals or animals in general is really important. Again, so what about your dog that makes you smile and feel good, and what is it? Playing with the dog? What is it?
Her goofiness.
Goofy. Ooh, I love Goofy. I love Goofy. You called into the goofiest goofy person ever. Go ahead. Are you goofy, or is the dog goofy, or both?
Both.
Yes. And how are you goofy? Come on, share. Nobody's listening. Well, maybe 4 or 5 people, but that's it. How are you goofy? What?
Doing the stupidest things, like absent-mindedness sometimes.
Okay, on absent-mindedness on purpose?
Yeah, like a moment of brain freeze. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do you make yourself laugh? Can you make yourself laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, goofy people, and I'm one of them, my hand's up in the air, goofy people can really make themselves laugh when nobody's around. And I love amusing myself when nobody's around. So you do that, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else? Because that's huge. There's not a lot of people that can amuse themselves by themselves. It's really fun to do. It's really, I think it's very empowering. Anything else?
That put the smile on my face?
Yes, honey, yes.
Just anything in nature, I would say.
Okay, I have a question. Do you ever do you have a computer?
Yes.
Do you ever go on YouTube and watch, like, I don't know, what makes you laugh? For me, I don't want to tell anyone. Well, nobody's listening anyway. But for me, sometimes it's, people bumping into things, or I don't like people getting hurt, but people bumping into things or people scaring other people on YouTube. I usually type in 10 funniest YouTube videos this month, or 10 funniest YouTube videos, or 10 funniest whatever this month. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
I mean, and you know that happy song by Pharrell, correct?
Right, yeah.
Everybody knows that song. Because can you sing a couple of lines from that happy song for me?
God, I can't even. No.
No, because I'm happy, beep, 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 beep. Happiness is the truth. Happy, beep, 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 mama, beep, 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 right?
Right.
Is that good? Was I good?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you called, you had a lot of dense energy, and I can feel your energy shifting already. And this is what I want to say to you, my dear Liz.
Mm-hmm.
This financial thing is not your issue. It's not your issue. You might think it's your issue. It might feel like it's your issue. But your issue is really your energy, and lightening up your energy, and opening up your energy, and expanding your energy, and going from an ice cube, which there's nothing wrong with an ice cube, but you just feel a different way when you're an ice cube. You feel a little heavier when you're an ice cube. It's going from being an ice cube to boiling water to steam. I want your assignment to be, how can I get more steamy? How can I be more light? How can I shift my energy to feel better about all of it? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not the money. I know you think it's the money, but it's really not the money. It's not a person. It's really your energy. I really want you to focus on doing some things for you that's going to put a smile on your face. And I'm going to give you an assignment. I want you to put a smile on your face. I mean, let's see, how many times a day? How many times a day do you want to smile?
Almost the whole day.
Yes! Great answer. That's right. The whole freaking day. I don't care if anybody thinks you're crazy. You're happy. Inside. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. But now you're going down there again. Yeah. And see, but that is the key. I mean, I'm actually getting chills here. I'm getting chills. Your whole thing is just shifting your energy from this ice cube to more steam. And that's an assignment that I want you to do this whole week. It's not about doing anything hard or struggling. Now I want you to do shit that's going to be fun and it's going to make you happy. Even if you're looking at those YouTube videos for a half hour, I don't care. Find things that are going to make you feel lighter. I want you to start finding, in fact, listing and finding things all through the week of things that are going to make you feel lighter. Just write them down, and I want you to give me a call back. Can you?
Yes, I will.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
I want you to give me a call back next week. Seriously, sweetie, I want you to give me a call back. So your assignment is what? Please tell me your assignment so I know you have it.
To write down things that make me smile.
And then to do them.
Okay.
Smile and be goofy. Goofy smile. And this is all about you this week. Forget everybody else. This is all about you. Let's focus on you and your happiness and your lightness, okay?
Okay.
I love you so much. I love you. Please give me a call back, okay? Promise?
I will.
Because I want, I'm a strict teacher here. I want results. You've been given an assignment. Right hand up to your forehead. Right hand up. Is your right hand up?
Yes.
Are you saluting?
Yes.
Salute. Yeah, there you go. That's goofy. Thank you. Keep listening to the show, sweetie, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, good. Right. Ooh, what a great, great call. I love her. I love her honesty. Listen, this show is about everyday life experiences. Now I'm going to go to my next caller, area code 847, prefix 689. You are live on Reality Spirituality. What's your first name? Hello. Welcome.
Hi, this is Jill.
Hi, Jill. Welcome to the show again.
Hello.
Hi, what's going on, sweetie?
I'm kind of freaked out. Not yesterday, but the day before, someone who I was friends with for many, many years, we talked every day on the phone. 15, 20 years, she died unexpectedly. And then 3 weeks ago, another person who I was really, really good friends with died unexpectedly the same way 3 weeks ago. So I'm kind of freaked out.
Aww. You know what? First of all, let me just say I love you so much. I love you because one of the things I love about you, and for some of my new callers, Jill's called more than once, and I love you because, number one, you're open, you're honest, you're sharing, and you really, really want to feel a different way. You want to see a different way. You really, really want growth.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. And so knowing that, and guess who else knows that you really want to grow? The universe knows that you really want to grow. And I use the term universe. Some people use the term, higher power, spirit, God, the Tao, source energy, whatever term you want to use. It's all good. And the universe, my dear Jill, knows that you want to grow. And guess what happens when the universe knows that you want to grow?
What?
Oh, come on. You know the answer to that. You want me to give you the answer? Do you know the answer?
Well, when the student is ready, the door opens, right?
That's true. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. But
right.
Yes, this is what I want to say. The universe knows that I want to be happy more than anything. My priority is happiness, number one. And so guess what? They throw things in my lap that they know is going to rattle me. The universe knows what to do, what to say, what experience to give you to rattle you. And so sure enough, one person dies, another person dies, and you're rattled. As opposed to, because you can have a different perspective on it. See, this life and this journey is about your perspective. And so you have one perspective about being rattled. And can you share with me, because you've listened enough, give me another perspective about these two people that you're very close to. What is the universe trying to teach you? Or what is the universe...
Go ahead. What really is upsetting to me is knowing them the way that I knew them, and as well that I knew them, they both gave up. They both just gave up.
Okay.
They weren't sick from any diseases that anyone was aware of. They just went downhill, and they just both gave up and just both died in the afternoon in bed unexpectedly. They both gave up.
And why is that upsetting to you?
I don't know.
Well, let me say something. One of the reasons that let me just speak for myself, one of the reasons why I get upset is because I don't trust that the universe has a bigger plan, has a plan that I can't even imagine, that has a plan that is greater than my little pea brain can even comprehend. I don't know if I shared with you this story, but on the day that my father was buried, did I share that story already?
I don't think so.
The day that my father was buried, it was in 2008. And I'm not dismissing your emotions at all. I'm not dismissing your your obvious grief. I'm just trying to give you a different perspective. I'm trying to give you a different way of looking at it. And you can either choose to change your perspective and look at it differently, or continue on with the perspective that you have. But the perspective that you have, my dear, is not letting you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah. And one of the things that I know about you, and I don't know if I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again because I'm feeling it right now. And this is going to sound, well, listen, we've had conversations, and you like it when I'm honest. Some people hang up on me when I'm honest.
I won't.
Like last week, some guy hung up on me. But you like it when I'm honest, so I'm going to hit you with this honesty. One of your things, because of the way you were brought up and all this other stuff, one of your things is feeling bad.
Yes.
And quite frankly, I used to say I was addicted. I was addicted to feeling bad. I was addicted to feeling bad about myself. Addicted. So it's an addiction to feel bad, in my humble opinion. I'm not saying that how you're feeling right now, there's anything wrong with it. I'm just giving you a different perspective. And what if, and feeling bad, do you think the universe wants you to feel bad?
No. And
what you're really telling the universe is that the way that you've designed, the way that my friends, the way that the people in my life that I loved and I was very close to for years and years and years and spoke to them on the phone forever, and I'm using the perspective of giving up. But maybe the universe is using them to teach you something.
I know. I get that.
But they don't want you to come with a perspective of there's something wrong. So this is really going to be a stretch, too. This is really going to be a stretch, but stay with me. Put your seatbelt on. Ready?
Okay.
Put your seatbelt on.
Yes.
Because you called me and you know what you're going to get.
Yes.
That's right. And you don't have to think about it now. You don't have to come up with an answer now. But can you think of something, 3 things, 4 things, 5 things that is good about your friend's death? I know this is early. I know this is soon to ask, but you're a strong woman. You've been through hell. You're strong. Can you think of things some things that are good about them going to another plane, going to another journey? Because quite frankly, energy doesn't die. They've just moved on into another dimension. They've moved to another dimension. And yes, they moved by their choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're saying giving up. Why would you use the term giving up? How about setting themselves free?
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Thank you.
Yeah. They're really setting themselves free. There's a lot of shit going on this planet. There's a lot of stuff going on in this life. This life is not easy to navigate. But when people are ready, they're ready. So can you think of for you things that would be good? And I don't want you to focus on them. I want you to focus on what's good for you that they have chosen. That they've chosen to take another realm or go to another realm.
I think part of it is it's giving me more clarity on how we do create our own reality.
Thank you. And?
In our own prisons, you know, and we hold ourselves hostage in our own prisons by our own, creating our own reality. I mean, they were different. They died the same. They were different.
I want you to focus on you, though. What's
you
good?
Know what I'm saying? So it's giving me a perspective on how I can do that to myself. You know what I mean?
Okay. Got it. Okay. Yes. And even,
you know, we build like a, you know, we put ourselves in a little jail cell, or I feel like I have, because of experiences that have happened to me, and I have bought into it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and but again, I love that. What I said earlier in the show, is
resistance.
Resistance, but also is that there is a plan. The universe, there's something that the universe wants you to look in the mirror and discover. And yes, this jail cell, but do you really know without a doubt that everything that happens is in perfect order? Do you really know that?
I'm learning that.
Okay.
And I'm learning to let go, and I've been learning a lot, and these two deaths immediately have kicked in, and I'm seeing things from a different perspective.
Okay. Well, I want to let you know that, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are not in control over anything that happens.
Exactly.
And everything that happens, my dear Jill, every single thing is for your betterment, including people that are close to you and their death. Because the universe wants you to trust. The universe wants you to trust and know. And listen, sometimes when these things happen to me, like in the day, you're talking about a matter of weeks. So I'm actually, this is a lot of condensed things that I'm talking about right now. But everything that happens to you and everything that happens to me is for my betterment. Do I understand it? No. Do I trust it and do I know that? Yes. So can you get to a point, now this is really going to be tough. Woo, you ready?
Okay.
Can you thank the universe for their death?
I know they're free.
No, that's not my question.
Okay.
Can you say
I'm
thank
not
you?
sure I get the question.
Okay.
I'm feeling blocked.
Okay. Good enough. In other words, okay, let me say this. Can you be grateful? Can you feel grateful and thankful that whatever you're going to get from this experience, from these people that are close to you, whatever you're going to get, in other words, you're thanking the universe in advance. Thank you, universe, for allowing me to experience this. Thank you, universe, because I know everything is in order and I trust and I totally surrender to your will. Thank you in advance, even though I'm not understanding and I'm maybe not very comfortable. I'm still feeling sad about it. But thank you, universe, because I know you have my best interest always. Thank you for this experience. My question is, can you say that and feel that right now?
Yes.
There you go. So write that down.
That makes more sense to me.
Yeah. Thank you for asking me to clarify things, because I really need that. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the times I need people to say, hey, explain it in a way that I get it, and that just helps me explain what I'm really trying to say. So that's your assignment this week. Your assignment is, again, what we're talking about earlier, focusing on what's good as opposed to focusing on what's quote-unquote wrong.
Okay.
Because in reality, the universe is your relationship. The universe is your relationship that will never, ever leave you, will never desert you, will never, when I say leave you, I mean is always present. My relationship is not, I have a relationship with my mother. Yeah, I have a relationship with my son. But if anything, but my most important relationship is my relationship with the universe. Number one.
Okay, I get that.
And maybe they're reminding you. In fact, I think there's some passage in the Bible. I don't really remember all of it, but something about God being a jealous God and blah blah blah. It's kind of like the universe wants you to they're like, hey, Jill, here we are. You have us. Why are you? What's up? What do we chop liver? We are your foundation. We are the shit. We are your strength. We are where it's at. So come on, Jill. Yeah, some things happen, physical things in life. I'm not making light of it. I'm just kind of sharing. But your relationship with the universe is number one. And anytime you make other people, like I said before, you have other people, including my mother and my only son, I'm throwing them in there. If I make them number one or number two, I'm going to be screwed. I tried it. Trust me. Do you get that?
Yes.
So what's your assignment this week?
I think there's some big lessons in this for me and a lot for me to think about.
Yes.
And different choices I need to make, which I've been headed in that direction anyway.
Yes.
New choices I need to make for myself and how to live my life.
Let me say this. Just be aware of your perspective. Be aware of your perspective and know that you have 360 ways in every moment to choose a perspective. And you can choose a perspective that's going to make you feel good, and you can choose a perspective that's going to make you feel bad.
But what I'm feeling right now is I'm feeling proud of myself. Maybe proud isn't the word.
Pride is good. Pride is good, yes.
Or proud.
Yes.
That I have the depth and the wisdom to make the best of it.
Thank you.
And learn from it and be better myself because of it, that I have that within me to look at the bigger picture and what everything is supposed to teach us. I do have that.
Yes.
So that's a great thing.
Yes, and I have another question. Have you ordered my book?
No, I haven't.
Well, let me say this. There is a chapter in that book. It's on death and happiness. Death and happiness. And I remember that you have a daughter, and you are an example. You are an example to that little girl, even though she might not be a little girl, but you're an example to that girl. So I still ask you or request that you get that book. It's, on my website. It's called RealitySpirituality, The Truth About Happiness, and one of the chapters is Death and Happiness. I mean, can you imagine death and happiness? Yeah. So if you really, really take it to another level, it's time for you to take it to another level. I agree totally. I'm very proud of you. But it's actually practicing your skill, practicing. Does this perspective make me feel bad? calling them every day. What are we? It's about what you lost as opposed to what you had. You can look at the moments. You can look at the past moments as being grateful, or what did I lose? You had somebody.
I'm flipping back and forth.
That's okay. Flippity flip, flip, flip.
It's about being so grateful, like the friend that just died 2 days ago. I was never understood like I was with her. And some people never have that.
There you go.
Then I'll never, but then it's gone.
No, it's not gone because you're putting it all on a person. The universe understands you. I really want you to get that the universe is an entity that wants you to turn to it. The universe wants you to put all of your trust, all of your everything to them. Not a person. If I lost everybody in my life, what am I going to do? I mean, you have the universe. You have the great. You are the universe. So when we attach to people, we're inevitably going to get to a point because everything does not. Even if it's not death, even if a person just changes. What if they just changed? What if they just didn't want to call you every day? So change is inevitable, and the universe really wants you to feel its presence and its strength and use it as your foundation. I love you so much, Jill. I'm going to go to my next caller.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie. I love that you call in. I love you sharing. I love your honesty. Thank you so much for the call.
Thank you.
Ooh-wee. Now we're going to go to my next caller here. And I sometimes people hang up. That's okay. Area code 847. You are live on Reality Spirituality. Hello, what's your first name?
Hi, this is Jill again.
Oops, sorry.
I just stayed on to listen, so I thought I hit the one to just listen, but I guess it didn't work.
That's okay, no problem. See, there goes my memory. Area code 386, you are live on Reality Spirituality. Hold on a second, let me push the button. Hello, area code 386. Who am I speaking with?
Yes, my name is Sheena.
Your name is what?
Sheena.
Oh, Sheena. Hi, Sheena. Welcome to Reality Spirituality. What's going on?
Hi, welcome. Well, my question, I guess, is this young man that I feel is he's interested in me, and he is friends with my older brother. And I guess I'm wanting to start like a new start or whatever the case, and I feel as though, maybe I can start with him. It just starts, off with little subtle things here and there to let me know that he is kind of interested, but I just didn't know where to go with it. Well, whether he was just wanting a one night stand, or if this is a possible, how does he feel, where he's at with the feelings.
Okay, Sheena, I can feel you. And one of the things, first of all, thank you for calling in and thank you for sharing. One of the things I want to share with you is you are in charge of what kind of relationships that you choose to have in your life. That's totally your choice. Sometimes, only because I'm feeling you, and if I'm off, then that's okay. I've been wrong before. I'm feeling that you are not really one to make decisions. You just like kind of go with whatever the guy wants to do or whatever the guy wants. Are you one of those women that is maybe, can't say, in other words, do you demand what you want or do you just let things happen?
Yeah, just kind of let things happen. It's not like I take the bull by the horns and be like, okay.
Yes. And when you let things happen and you don't make your own decisions, then you are going to get screwed. Sorry, that's just honesty. And what the universe is really trying to teach you, because I'm not feeling this person at all. I'm not feeling the person. But what I'm really concerned with and what I'm really feeling is you not really being, what's the word I want to use? And forgive me if my words are, they're just very strong. They're strong words. It's time, what I'm feeling is the universe really wants you to make a list of what you like and what you don't like. Not only that, I'm not talking about with other guys. I'm not talking about with men. I'm not talking about with women. I'm not talking about with friends. I'm talking about it's time in your life to start doing what's good for you. What do you like? It's time to be the boss of your own life. It's time to make choices for you instead of letting other people make choices. I let people make choices for me all of my life. Started with my parents, started with getting married, started with boyfriends. Everybody would make choices for me. Mm-hmm. And now nobody makes choices for me. I make choices for me. I'm just sharing that is because I feel that. And let me say this. Sometimes people that don't make the choices, there's a reason for that. And the reason is then they can blame, they can blame other people for their circumstances. They can blame other people for the relationship not being good. They can blame other people. But you, my dear, it's time for you to really take hold. How old are you, may I ask?
I'm 29.
Okay, so you're still a youngster. But you know what? It's time. It's time for you to take charge. And you know what? When you said 29, you had a different energy. You're feeling what I'm saying, aren't you?
Mhm.
Are you or not? Don't let me push you around. Don't let me push you around.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely.
You can feel it.
Yes, I do. I just kind of, felt like, I am, this time around or whatever, is really pushing me and challenging me to just kind of say, like, this is how I feel and this is what I want to happen, or what do you want? What do you want? And then, here's what I want type of thing. And, like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like, because he said something about, being my brother. He knows my older brother, and my older brother's like, I don't know, maybe 34. But a couple of years older than me. And I asked for someone's advice, and, they were like, well, you know how people feel about, their, friends, sisters, and you can understand how your brother would feel about you being his sister and actually, kind of being involved with this guy. But I don't know why I got the feeling it's just like, okay, I'm ready to have someone, just there to have my back if I'm, moving forward and, doing things and changing my life in this way and that way, to just kind of have my back and say, hey, I'm here for you. Give me a little nudge if I fall, kind of pick me up or guide me just a little. That's the feeling I got from him. Now this is not the father of my child, because I also have the father of my child around. But this guy, he owns his own business, getting his business up and started, and he just, in a little subtle way, kind of let me know that he was feeling me. That it's like I'm hesitant to say, I'm hesitant to move forward on it.
And so I have a question for you. Do you ever use your intuition? Do you ever use your own intuition? Do you even pay attention to your own intuition?
I mean, I know it's there, whatever, and I know it's there, but I am not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm, what's the word? Hesitant.
Wishy-washy?
Yeah, wishy-washy. I guess that would be the word.
Ah, what a cute word, huh? Wishy-washy. I don't know, honey. When there are other people in your life and you're how old is your son?
I don't have a son. I have a daughter.
Oh, how old is your daughter?
She's 8.
I don't know, honey. Well, what is your question? Ask me a specific question. What is your specific question for me?
What I want to know is if I move forward, and like you say, if I don't, say what I want, if I move forward, would it be worth it? Like if I take action, say what I want, would it be worth it?
So you're what it sounds like. It just feels like to me. It feels like you're just gambling. You're taking a gamble. You're when you're in this state, when you're not really making decisions for yourself, and now you have to make decisions for your daughter. In other words, she's still 8 years old, and so you still have to raise her and protect her. And in my opinion, I'm really not going to give you an opinion of what I think or what I would do. But let me just say this, only because I know people, and you're at a state right now where you really are not doing what you want to do. You're not, like you said earlier, taking the bulls by the horn. You're just kind of falling into this relationship. He wants something, and it's his idea. If he never came to you and said anything, would you be interested in him? That's either yes or no.
Yes, I would. Like from the first time I met him or whatever, when he came and walked up to me, I asked him if he had a girlfriend.
Okay. So now I'm getting even a better sense. So this is it. You are feeling you really want to attach. You really want somebody in your life. You don't feel comfortable being alone.
It is who would feel comfortable? It's just that
I'm comfortable being alone. I'm very comfortable being alone. I wasn't always comfortable being alone, but yeah, keep going.
Right. It's just right now I'm really feeling like that is what I need is overdue. I'm young, I'm a single parent, and I've been, not in a relationship for quite some time, not fooling around, not dating, and I'm really feeling like this is just, it's time, and it's nothing wrong with just going ahead and just, making a move. It's time.
Okay, and so what does that mean, making a move? So what does that mean? That means you guys are going to get married?
No, just kind of saying to myself, it is okay to, give someone a chance to be in my life. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So let me say this, because I'm getting a lot of different things, and I have to say that if you feel, I mean, in your gut, I don't know, in your gut, 100% that this is what you want, this is what you want to do, this is how you, this is, I mean, and when I say 100%, because quite frankly, when you called the first time, your voice is a little bit like this, and you're a little indecisive, right?
I was falling asleep, so
Falling asleep? How the hell can you fall asleep on my show?
Well, it's the story behind that.
No. Was I talking too much?
No.
I love that. Okay, good. Okay, touche, darling, touche. No, it's good. I love it. Reality, spirituality. Okay, so then what's the question? So if you have this sense and you're all empowered and you're ready to go and you feel that you've waited and you want to have somebody in your life, then why are you calling me, honey?
I don't know. I just, just wanted to get clarity on what, how I was feeling. I don't know.
Okay, so let me say this. It feels to me that there is some kind of doubt. I feel that there's still some kind of doubt, and that's going to be something that you're going to have to discern. Now, getting in a relationship with any kind of doubt, I don't advise it. Getting in a relationship, I'm just going to lay it out there. Getting in a relationship with expectations of somebody there to support you and somebody to have your back, I don't advise it. Getting in a relationship where you are your best and you can bring your best to the relationship and you both flourish, you both flourish as a team, but there is I need you. If you get in a relationship when you feel needy, I need something, I want something, I don't advise it. Now, might work out for a while, it might work out for forever. I'm just saying this feeling of need or this feeling of wanting someone else to fulfill you, it never works out in the long run. So if you're whole and he's whole and you both can come together and support each other's growth, let me say this. This is the ultimate. You ready? Because, I'm going around and around in a circle, but that's okay. This is the ultimate. If I'm in love with somebody, if I really love somebody, I love them and I want the best for them, whether they're in my life or they're not in my life. That's it. That's how I am with my son. I love my son unconditionally, if the universe says, well, you know what, we're going to choose somebody else to be his mother. Okay, I want the best for him. So if you love somebody and you care about somebody, whether they're in your life or they're not in your life, there you go. But if you're coming from a place of needing companionship, needing, then you're basically like attracts like. And so you're going to meet him at the same place you are.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes a whole lot of sense, and I understand what you're saying. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like I am just imagining things? Is this guy into me?
Is the guy into you?
Yes, and that's what I'm just trying to figure out. Is this guy into me?
And how long has this been? How long has this been that you've had this question? How long has this guy, quote unquote, given you this sign of being into you? How long has that been? A month, 2 months, 6 months? How long?
A month.
A month?
Yeah.
You're so cute. I love you so much. Let me share something with you. Okay? You ready?
Uh-huh.
I am someone that gets a lot of attention. Not bragging, but I get a lot of attention from guys. I just do. And you know how I know if a guy is really into me? You know how I know that? I usually, because I'm very friendly, I'm always, hi, how are you? I'm a personable person. I'm open, I'm friendly, I play a lot, I'm goofy, I'm happy. And so inevitably there's a guy that, smiles, I smile back, and then they go to what? What's your number, right? It's always, what's your number? Can we go out to lunch? Can we go out to coffee? It's that whole thing, right? Am I right?
Right.
Okay? And then what happens is, and this is how I know when guys are into me. What happens is when I say, you know what, I just like you, just to see you and chat with you, just like to be friends. I'm not into a serious relationship. No, thank you. I've got a lot of things going on. I'm traveling, I'm speaking, whatever I'm doing. I don't even have to be doing anything. I could just be sitting in my home and doing nothing. But you know what? I'm not interested in dating. Guess what happens? Guess what happens, Shauna? Guess what happens? No, what is it? Gina, guess what happens? They stop talking to me. They get angry. They get moody because they don't get the response that they want.
Right.
They don't get the response that they want. They don't get to take me out to coffee. They don't get to take me out to lunch. They don't do whatever, And it keeps happening and happening and happening and happening. And they get angry, or they get, they like, I'm not talking. I mean, there was this one guy, I'll never forget. He used to walk to my office about four blocks. I would, get off the bus, and there were about 4 blocks to walk. And he was a really cool guy, and he was in charge of parking. And I would, I waved to him. He'd wave to me. He'd give me a free parking space, and I'd say thank you back. At least for 6 months. And then finally, he got the nerve to ask me out for a number of, ask me out. I said, no, thank you. Now, and then he stopped talking to me, and he got angry. So,
well, it's kind of how this is kind of how, whatever, he's kind of like, just sending little subtle signs, whatever, that he's into me. And then I sent him a text, and I said, I feel like you're hitting on me. And he said, yes. And he said, are you going to tell your older brother, or whatever the case? And I'm like, jokingly, like, well, dang, why don't you want my, older brother to know, whatever the case? But, and so then, I said, well, if you want to kind of keep it a secret, if you don't want my brother to know, then we need to leave it like it is. And he's like, okay. But then, after that, it's like we're still, cool with each other,
Okay, so you guys are so it sounds like you guys are just playing games, right? You're just like playing fun games, right?
Well, no, we haven't went out on a date or anything, but he picked me up and he took me and my daughter to get something to eat. And that was kind of like, the last thing that, happened. Not like playing games, kind of like, well, let me hit on her, and then I noticed it and brought it up, and he's like, well, don't tell your brother. And I'm like, well, maybe we should leave it at that.
Well, you know what? Let me give you a definitive answer. Okay, you ready? Because you just said something to me that you said, don't tell your brother. He said, don't tell your brother, right?
Right.
I'm done. I'd be done. So already he's asking for you to be dishonest. I'm done. Now, if you get into this relationship or you play back and forth because you feel like you want somebody in your life or for whatever reason, that's all on you. But you have an 8-year-old daughter. You have an 8-year-old daughter to be responsible for. I'd be done. Don't tell your brother. That means asking you to be dishonest. I'm done. That's my answer, honey. Okay. I would say 3 words. No, thank you.
I think that's kind of what I said to him.
You didn't say that to him, because if you said that to him, you would have never gone out to dinner with your daughter.
It's not even like that. Yeah,
oh, it's
I'm
not?
kind of the situation. No, it's. I didn't go out to dinner with him. I asked him for a ride somewhere or whatever, and he picked me up and he took me and my daughter to get something to eat. We didn't go out.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, got it.
With a gesture type of thing, but I did tell him that if, my brother, if I had to keep it from my brother, then maybe we should keep it as it is. He didn't get angry with me. He didn't, he still, talks to me as friends and still deals with me. But I asked him for a ride somewhere, and as a nice gesture, he did that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I should give the guy a chance or whatever, but I have to let him know that, I don't want to, what is it that I shouldn't say to my brother?
No. You see, this is the thing, and a lot of women and men do this. You already have your intuition. You already have a sense. You already no. I've already said. I've already told you, and I'm the expert. I'm not the expert on your life, but I've definitely been around the block. And any time that anybody says that, I'm done. So it's going to be up to you to make a decision. And I wish you the best. I really do. But I want you to really think about making your choices as opposed to allowing somebody else to make choices, and coming from a place of being, needing somebody, wanting somebody, or coming from a place where you're whole and you're just, you're sharing. Okay, my dear?
Gotcha.
Okay. I love that you called in. Thank you so much for calling. That's, I can't believe how long how much the time flies. Gee whiz, we're almost at an hour and a half, and we never do that. Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. Thank you for listening to Reality Spirituality. Reality Spirituality is heard every Saturday, Sunday at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like more information on the coaching programs I offer, please visit my website at RebeccaNorrington.com. That's RebeccaNorrington.com. Go to the private sessions tab, and you get a 30-minute free session if it's your first session. Also, my latest book, Reality Spirituality, The Truth About Happiness, is on sale for $19.95, free shipping in the United States. And if you've enjoyed the show, follow me on Twitter at RL Norrington, and go to Facebook and like Reality Spirituality's Facebook page. My dear audience, I want you to remember who you are. You are a physical extension of the universe. You're always growing, and you're always changing. Love is patient, and love is kind. Be patient, and be kind to yourself. Be your own best friend. Remember, you cannot have a happy ending to an unhappy journey. Let's connect again next week. You've been listening to Reality Spirituality.
Oh, it's time to get real. Oh, yeah. It's a new experience. Reality Spirituality. Yeah, keep your ears open for this one. Reality Spirituality. You got a question for RL? Reality Spirituality. That's what I'm talking about.
Time to get real.